What up, everybody out there that might have stumbled into this video? I'm sure you've all heard by now.
What's happening, everybody?
Sorry about that. But yeah, you've heard by now that YouTube is basically closing shop on all the weed channels. That's true. And it seems like, oh, there's still a couple there. There's Haley 420. And I did check that, by the way. She still has videos up. So, and I'm feeling like,
hey everyone,
I'm feeling like this is just a matter of time before her channel is deleted. I feel, I'm sorry to say, I'm not like out there rooting for this shit to go down. And we also have Coral Reefer. Whoa. No, we don't. Okay, well, apparently Coral Reefer just got deleted from YouTube as well. Which is sad. She kind of flamed me off of a tweet where somebody tweeted about how Custom Grow 420's channel got zapped. And I was like, hey, my channel's still around. I do weed news. Please come and check me out. She jumped on that shit and was like, why would you spam on this tweet? As if Custom Grow 420 is some kind of god or something. Now, I don't have anything against WeedTube, to be honest. But at the same time, I don't see why, this is like, anybody ever thought this had sustainability. True, you guys are driving a lot of people to YouTube. And yeah, if you look at the numbers, you're way more popular than my little pissant channel talking about weed news. But, and I'm not jealous because I don't give a shit about making money on YouTube. That was never my intention when I started this channel. But this is the kind of stuff that would happen on one of these channels that are getting shut down, by the way. So, and I have nothing against this. I personally do not have a problem with any of this being on YouTube. I don't have a problem with YouTube advertisers and AdSense paying people for these videos because look at the views. 1.4 million views. 274,000 views on how I took weed on a plane. Half a gram bong hit. 390,000 views. All right. I can make a video about, the United Nations takes cannabis out of the scheduling system tomorrow, and it would get 200 views. Biggest story to happen in weed in over a century, and it would only get 200 views. But if you run a WeedTube channel and you get a boob job, you get 800,000 views. If you run a WeedTube channel and, any pick, take your pick, any video. And a lot of these channels, when Adpocalypse started coming down the, putting the hammer down on just YouTube channels in general, a lot of these WeedTube channels basically kind of started shifting their business model into more things where they were doing promotional type things like for people that make vape pens for the most part. And one of those channels, Posy Smash 420, was also deleted recently. And this guy's got it right over here. WeedTube is over, dude. YouTube is knocking these channels out left and right. Another one that's still there is Xcoda. And the reason his channel is still there is because after the second strike, which I'm guessing happened like Custom Grow 420, where they just gave you 3 strikes in one sitting. After the second strike, he took all of his videos down so he would maintain his 569,000 subscriber count. So, you know, as to kind of preserve those people just in case later on down the line there's a change in policy or something and YouTube decides maybe they're going to let this go back up and running, or whatever the case may be, or if nothing else, just to keep it up there as a documentation of what was, you know. And so there's no shortage of videos floating around out there, so I'm not gonna go through and, you know, tell you all the nuances and details of this most recent YouTube purging, we'll call it. But what is going on is the WeedTube channels that made WeedTubing pretty much a popular way to become successful and become a successful stoner, like Cheech and Chong style. Because let's face it, Custom Grow 420, I don't know if the guy grew weed or not, but to me it don't look like he had time to with all the smoking he was running around doing at every chance he got. And I mean, that's basically what WeedTube was like, hey, look at me, I'm making money smoking weed on fucking YouTube. And I don't have any problem with this whatsoever. I keep repeating, and I keep going back to Haley 420's channel, and I think it's pretty awesome, you know, like, you get paid for this kind of shit. My first legal weed buy in California, and then the video right before that, smoking a 10-foot volcano vaporizer bag. I mean, you can't even, you can't imagine a more perfect world where somebody's life consists of making a video once in a while, once a week, once a month, sometimes every day, depending on, you know, who it was and what kind of content they were pushing. But the main focus of the content was consuming cannabis and making money on your videos. Look at this, 1 gram joint smoking race. So I have no problem with this. And the thing is a lot of people don't understand what's going on with this WeedTube purge. And what it is there's basically this purge in general going on of people talking or showing anything other than some kind of thing that is sanitized and compliant with the narrative that's being pushed by the corporate media, as YouTube is becoming another corporate media outlet, basically. And they're moving towards being a cable provider for people that still have TVs instead of just being on TV. So YouTube is going through this major transition, and it's driven mostly by the, you know, the multiple billions of dollars of ad money that's on the table, that's at stake. And, you know, you can follow that battle on your own in another space besides my channel talking about it. But what I will say about it is that it's a real thing, and it's what a lot of people talking about WeedTube apocalypse or whatever, they're not, that's one of the talking points they're not espousing. Like, I watched this one here by Low Key Legend, and it was a pretty good video. But one thing that I think the point that was missed is that I mean, he kind of came across as all of a sudden.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, the Low Key Legend. How the fuck y'all doing today? I'm doing all right. I got a brand new video here for you guys, and I'm just going to jump right on into it. So maybe you guys have been noticing in the YouTube community that a lot of people have been getting strikes on their channel, and these strikes are, they're all weed-related things that are going on. So what I'm trying to get at here is WeedTube, as we know it, is getting destroyed right now. All the YouTube videos that are uploaded on YouTube, not even YouTube videos, but just channels in general that have literally based their entire YouTube channel off of weed, are now getting striked and taken down off of YouTube. So a couple weeks ago, Custom Grow 420, the dude who pretty much started it all, he got a strike on his fucking channel. So, well, he didn't even get a strike. He got 3 of them basically, because they looked at his shit and was like, damn, bro, what the fuck? You feel me? Boom. His last 3 videos probably got striked on some crazy shit, and they just took his whole channel out. Now this dude.
All right, so that's all you needed to know about this video, because he basically just keeps going back over and over that point. Now, my answer to that is this was not some kind of, hey, this just happened right now, we're just going to do this. This was it's an evolutional thing that began with Apocalypse in general. I mean, before that, the community guidelines were just basically like just some kind of a suggestion thing. Like, oh, hey, look, this is kind of how we want the community to run, and here's the guidelines. They weren't cracking skulls on those community guidelines, ever. YouTube's been around since 2003. I've been on YouTube since 2003. Not with this channel. And I'm not going to tell you about some of the other things I've done on YouTube, because it's probably, you know, quite embarrassing at this point. But I mean, come on, let's face it. I look at some of the videos I made 2 years ago on this channel and I'm like, shit. But anyway, back to the topic at hand. This isn't something that YouTube just finally just like stumbled upon Custom Grow 420 and looked at a video or two and was like, whoa. But then again, it might be, because I did do a story that in the Apocalypse evolution, at one point last year, they hired 10,000 new eyeballs. Not AI, not algorithms, but actual people with opinions and eyeballs and brains. They had those things looking at actual accounts that were getting flagged. Now, the thing about the flags is where was the flags coming from? Because that's the point I think that he might have been making that is valid. Like, if these channels were putting out this content where people are just smashing a gram dab, make a video, get 100,000 views, and make $1,000 or $2 off of a video, advertisers are like, what the hell's going on here? Advertisers were never really that concerned about what was going on here for the longest time. And then all of a sudden, it was like, oh, hey, guess what? We got to start worrying about what these channels are doing, because of situations where there were actual Nazi-related channels that had advertising. There was a situation not too long ago where a new push by the advertisers to do more, shall I say, censoring, because of like these videos with really like weird suggestive stuff with little kids, and it was attracting a bunch of pedophiles, and they were getting millions of views. So, you know, there's thing after thing after thing has made the advertisers decide to take a closer look at what exactly their commercials are being put on as far as content. And, you know, this really started happening in 2015, 2016, when the advertisers started being concerned, but they really started being concerned during what they call now Apocalypse. And that's what a lot of people talking about these WeedTube channels, they just ain't getting that point. Apocalypse is when the advertisers like Pepsi and, you know, insurance people like Geico and shit, these people are all like, oh, wait, my commercial was on like this video. And it's not like as a YouTube creator, you have the choice of what commercial is going to be on your video. But as I make weed videos, I guarantee you that I'm going to get like a Narcan commercial or some other shit like that if I decided to try to monetize a video, which I haven't done in quite some time, because every time I try, they tell me it's not it's not cool. The advertisers are not liking it, not advertiser friendly. I get the gold coin. We call it the piss coin in YouTube. So I'm not going to keep you much longer on this. Again, my opinion is I don't have a problem with any of these channels doing what they do. I love them. I love watching people make money smoking weed on YouTube. But one thing I don't think is that this is really the representation of the cannabis community that the corporate masters want us to espouse. So as they sanitize and corporatize marijuana, this is one of the things they want to get rid of, is this part of the culture. And I don't agree with that. However, if they're just deleting channels because people are making money smoking dabs on YouTube against the community guidelines, that's a whole nother issue. You know, I can't have a problem with that. It's YouTube's guidelines. I mean, I've read the guidelines myself and know that my channel probably does not fit in with the community guidelines. And I might drop F-bombs, and I might fire up a joint halfway through a video just because I'm medicating, because that's what it is. But to them, it doesn't matter. That's not cool. That's not legal. It's not, you know, they have that discretion. It's their right. And I hate to seem like I'm against anything that the weed tubers are doing, but I don't see there being a future. It's not sustainable. There's no way that these channels are going to last much longer. But after all of that is said, I will say that, yeah, and by the way, one more point that I guess I have to make is, when it comes down to it, there are some places that are still here that aren't going anywhere that still do the same thing because it's okay. The corporate people, the big corporate players, they're gonna still be on YouTube, and they're still gonna make money on their videos and get advertising. Just like, and you know, when I think of that, it makes me sad, because YouTube used to be for the small things, the small people. You know, you couldn't find a CNN clip on YouTube back in the day. Now, CNN has a YouTube channel, and they're in your suggested videos instead of something cool. But what I don't like about it is that, you know, that kind of favoritism is basically like, you know, it takes us out of the mainstream. Because let's face it, we were there. You know, YouTubers doing news and shit like that, and or even whatever, being culture. That was what YouTube, you know, was. And if you guys over at YouTube just keep down this path, YouTube's just going to be another fucking stupid channel that you churn to that has a bunch of stupid shit on it, like a whole nother cable network that's the same as the other one. Because that's what it's already becoming. Everybody that already has a channel somewhere else is about to have a channel on YouTube, or already does. And they're just going to crush everybody that's trying to show you what the real fucking thing is. All right, man, that's all I got on this. I love all you YouTubers out there that are weed tubers, and you got your channels deleted, and I feel for you. I'm not expecting to, like, survive this, but if I do, I don't know how. It's probably just because I'm such a small little pissant nobody. But if I do survive this, I will keep pushing for change, because you know, there's value in what you guys did, and whether they like it or not, YouTube, even they're kicking value off of their platform every day. And this is just another place where they did that, because there's just nothing about this that's gonna, you know, make YouTube any better than it was.